All right, welcome back, guys. Today we are doing a RTA rerun on the account of Laydown. Just as I've done quite a few of these, but I haven't posted one in a while. If you're interested in having me ruin your account for RTA, I guess, or anything else, but usually it's RTA. The cost is $100 in USD, and what I do is I go into your account, I decide what I think your best RTA comp is in terms of the ability to win. I rune it up, about 10 to 15 monsters, and then we test it and we make a video kind of describing the whole process and the thought I put behind it, and then you go for it. There's no guarantee that I'll be able to achieve a certain rank. It's just my best effort to help you improve. So that's how that works. So on Laydown's account, what we're looking at, first thing we always look at is what's their achievement, like how high have they climbed at any point. And so we can see his best finish is C2. Not super high C2, 9.4, 8.4, 8.4. Win rate over 50%, which is good. This must have been a couple seasons ago. This is the most recent season. So one thing to note is to get C3, you need the top 12,000 with 1,500 points. So we've just snuck into C2 a couple times. We're looking at the top 12,000. So our goal here is C3, if we can get it. G1 is pretty far out of reach because the difficulty just ratchets up. I think this is a good account to look at for a lot of people who are watching because there's a lot of people stuck in this area. Barely C1, barely C2, barely, not quite C3. So I think this will be really helpful to people trying to make that big jump. So that's the plan. The other thing I want to look at, that we always like to look at first, is where is the glory buildings? If your glory buildings are not maxed, you have no chance. You should get the glory buildings maxed as soon as possible. And we're in pretty good shape here. You can see Wind, Fire, Ancient Sword, Guardstone, Sky Tribe, all maxed, which is great. The only thing I would heavily recommend for his account is Dark Sanctuary. He's got some really nice dark monsters, and they are not hitting as hard as they should be because this is not upgraded. I would do Dark, I would do Water, and then I would finish Light, and then finish your energy buildings. It's just important. So that's kind of where I would go from there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the monsters, and we're going to start ruining this thing up for RTA, and then we're going to test it out. So he's got an interesting account in that he has every monster, basically. He is not missing anything elemental. I don't even know, does he have one of those little scrolls that we can check to see? Let's see here. That's how I do it on my account. I just check those scrolls. I kind of doubt it, though. Most people don't have those. Where's the summoning circle? Here we go. That's fusion. That's not summoning. Power up. Well, I don't see it. I guess, there it is, duh. It's all in the middle of all the fanciness. Yeah, so I don't see the ability to check what he's missing. But basically, he has every monster. And that seems like a good thing. You're like, oh, I have every monster. I'm going to be fine. But in reality, it makes it more difficult to perform an RTA because look at all these things he's got bookmarked. He's got every monster selected. And what that ends up doing is it dilutes your rune quality amongst your monsters. It gives you more options, but at a lower efficiency level, at a lower functional play level. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of a whole bunch of these options. We're going to focus down, and we're going to try to concentrate all the runes into just a select team that hopefully can win more frequently and at a higher level. Unfortunately, you just, unless you're, God tier G3, you can't play with all the monsters. You will not have all the options that you would like in every situation. There's going to be times where you're like, man, I really wish I had a Praha, and you won't because it's not a priority. We're trying to pick the monsters that have the best chance to win the most often. So we're going to get rid of a lot of this stuff, and it's going to be weird. You're going to be like, why aren't you playing that? Why aren't you playing that? And it's because we're trying to focus in and give him the best chance to win every match, right? So I've got this little graphic here. This is the plan. So what I did is I ruined it all up in Summoner's War Optimizer, which is basically like ruining it on your account, and then I just have to apply it to the actual monsters. The green here, those are the core. That's the core of the team, and the core is based around a certain play philosophy, and we'll get into that in a little bit. And then the yellow is all counter picks, and then the red, which you can't really see, these are side grade picks where they're not runed, but you could transfer the runes from something that does their same job onto that monster and then see if you like that better or if it performs better. So like Charlotte is a really good control monster. We have not runed up a Charlotte up here. But if you wanted to try the Charlotte, you could put the Chung Pung runes onto the Charlotte because it's kind of the same role in a sense. Chung Pung needs a little more accuracy, but it'll be fine. So you've got some side grade options, and there's other side grade options. These are just the ones that I've selected here. Okay, so we're going to go through those notes in a second, but what we're going to do first is we're going to rune this up and get it where we want it to go. So we're going to get rid of all the monsters we're not going to play. No, no, yes, 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 no. So many monsters. All right, we did that. And then here's the storage, getting rid of all the monsters. Wusa, I guess we're going to get rid of. We'd like to play him. No, no, no. Juno, yes. Masha, no. We'd like to play Masha, but it's not really in the cards for the plan. I'm getting rid of Leo. It would be nice to have a Leo runed up, but it's not a priority. Sagar is a side grade. Molly, yes. Okay, so we're left with a small little bunch, and what we're going to do for sure is we're going to play his 2 LDs because I think they work well together. Those are the 2 LDs there. He might have more, but these are the 2 that I think make sense for World Arena. All right, so let me just check. Carnal, Nyx. Oh, Fire Totem. We're going to play Fire Totem. Where are you, Fire Totem? This is going to be a tricky one to find, isn't it? No. Yes. Okay, good. It's skilled up. That is super handy. I was not sure it was going to be skilled up. All right, Fire Totem, Dark Monkey, Juno. I think we have Juno selected. All right, Fire Totem, Juno, Chung Pung, yes. Hagang, yes. Bulwark, Verd, Antares, Fire Striker, yes. Abellio, Kinky. I see Molly and Kinky. Okay, cool. So this is the core. 14 units. We're going to put one more in just to make this go down a level so it's easier to see. So we'll put Leo in there. He'll probably end up being played, and I doubt we're going to steal runes from Leo if he's already got him runed up, which I kind of assume he does. My kind of sense on this account is lots of things are runed to a certain efficiency level, and we're going to throw out like 70% of them. We're going to upgrade everything that we want to use, and hopefully we're going to win more. So this is the team right here, these 14 units. And we're going to talk a little bit more about why this is the team and how we hope they function. But first, we're going to rune them up. So I've got my Summoner's War Optimizer here on the other screen. And we're going to rune them up right now. So we've got Carnal first. Let me scooch this over just a little bit so it's out of the way. Okay. Carnal. Okay. So we're on Violent Will. It's basically his build, which is a really good sign. It's basically exactly his build, except a different slot 2. So that's really nice. Violent slot 2, it is on Wusa. We'll take that. And just a little upgrade. A little upgrade on crit, a little upgrade on HP. Nothing major. So that was easy. That was nice. We'll go back and look at artifacts later. Nyx is my second rune unit. So the way I like to rune accounts is I try to imagine what the core is going to be, and then I rune them up in the order I hope to pick them most frequently. Because if you put your best runes on the units you use the most, you're going to have the overall highest efficiency and highest functional team every match. And I intend to use Nyx quite a bit. Where is Abellio? This is a will rune. That is the issue. Abellio, yoink, engrave. And then we got another will rune on Wusa. Take that. And then the rest are violent. Slot 3 is 20 speed on Josephine. And if you don't care about this part, which makes sense, I mean, I talk a little bit during it, but it might be something where you're like, yeah, this is really boring, then I'll try to put a timestamp to get you past this and into the meat of things. But I don't know, I like people whose accounts I rune. I like them to see this part because I think that the ideal goal is to get you to the point where you don't need me to do your runes, because that's a really difficult way to play. Like, have somebody do your runes every single time you want to change things up in RTA. That's a tough spot to be in. And so ideally you would eventually do this all on your own from how I kind of planned it out. So that's my goal. And to me, the most fun part of the game, that's Will, is the runing, is the planning. I mean, it is kind of the farming. I like this part of the game, and I think it's a fun thing to do. And so in my mind, most people could have fun doing it too if they kind of did it. I don't know. I like doing it the way I do it. I'm not sure that's necessarily right, but I think it's worth getting into this part of the game. I think it's fun. That one. And speed. This is a swift rune right here. Look at that. Probably the best rune on the account. I haven't looked at it for sure, but that's my guess. And it's sort of sad to put it on a non-swift monster, but that is what we're doing. It's what is demanded for the comp I'm trying to go for. It's 15. Defense is 27. That is it. Okay. So that's Nora. And we're going to talk all about why Nora is the third monster I'm ruining up. All right, now we've got Son Zhang Lao on Will. Let's see, that's defense. It's on Chung Peng. Let's see, can we find that? Will. Chung Peng. Thank you, sir. We'll go over here. It is a speed sub on Josephine. Grab that. And then we're on violent HP on Tyrannus. And we're going to dig into why this is the comp, why this is the plan. We're definitely going to dig into that. I don't really want to talk about it just yet because I'm kind of in the zone here, and I'd like to get it runed up ASAP so that we can get to the meat of it and test this thing out. This is on Wusa. Speed. There we go. Okay. That's Sun Zhang Lao. Now we've got Juno. Alright. We've got 2 broken sets on 1 and 5. We're looking for speed. I think we can just do that. This is a rune on Cyan. Fastest slot 1. Juno will take it. And then we got a 22. This one here. Okay, and the rest is Despair. Let's see here. Speed on slot 1 we're done with. Slot 3 is on Sillin. Grab it. Slot 4 is in inventory. It's a crit rate rune, right? No, it's a defense rune. Interesting. Oh man. we gotta grab that. We had an issue finding a good rune for this slot, and maybe this is it. Maybe not. It would have to roll 18 to even be in consideration here. Nope. That is now trash. We can't trash it from here, so sadness. Let's see. I think it's a defense rune. It's this one here, right? Yeah. Which, you never want to see defense on slot 4 on Juno, but we don't have options in that spot to do what we want to do, which is a bit of a bummer. We're looking for speed. So that would be something to farm up and get ready to roll, you know? All right, and then we've got an HP sub on slot 2. It is on Nana, apparently. Grab it. All right, let me see if this is the right build. 247, 54, 65, 37. We got decent crit rate. Not great, but decent, and it's pretty tanky. So that, I think, is the best version of Juno we can do. And then we're going to Chung Peng. What do we put him on? He's on Violent. Will, so... Will... We've got HP. It is on Josephine. Poor Josephine. She's clearly gobbling up all the runes that we want. And this one's already on Chung Peng. Hey, look at that. All right, and then we're going to Violent. Speed on Josephine again. Poor Josephine. Everyone steals her runes. And then 22 on Riley. Slot 3 on Icarus. And slot 6 is on Josephine, of course. She is going to have nothing left to her name. And then I think that's right. Let me just double check. 32, 55, 61, 62. Okay, Chung Peng's done. Hey, gang. What do we got here? 2 broken sets. And unfortunately, we get a little bit broken on Hey Gang. We'd like to not be on a broken set, but in my mind, we were running out of rune depth at this point, and to do what we want him to do, the gamble we have to take is he's off Will, which you would like him to be on Will, but that's how it goes. This is a shield rune. Oh, interesting. It's on a different monster than the JSON I pulled. Interesting. So he's been playing around with his builds, and then the rest is Despair. Speed, slot 1, 19. It's weird it took that. I guess it's the accuracy, because this rune's not very good, but it pulled that one for the accuracy. We were trying to get a certain amount of accuracy that would be functional. This one used to be on Chunk Pung. 201810, that's the rune. And then this one's on, used to be on Juno. 18 AC. 1813 16. Yep. Okay. And then what's the slot 2 look like? Yeah, we need to do better there. This is an HP percentage. Used to be on Juno, so it's here. Yeah, okay. All right, let's check the build. 31, 50, 28, 50. Yep. Okay, and now we're kind of into the counter picks. Bulwark, it was probably fine as is. I think my build is a little more effective HP and a little more speed. So let's go ahead and get that done. We've got him on Will, slot 2 and 6. Subs of defense. This one says it's on Riley. Don't see it, so it must have moved. Oh, it's a Will rune. That makes sense. Yep, there it is, as promised. And then the slot 6 is a sub attack, which is a little funky. It is on Bulldozer, also interesting. And then we've got a focus set. I did no broken sets on him because I think you can just get so much value out of putting a couple sets together. So this is a speed of 19. There it is. I mean, you could broken and get a little bit more, but I think speed 12. Yeah, that's the rune. I think getting like a focus set is really nice, and he's got a guard set as well, just to give him a little more survivability. This one's on Sager. I bet this one's good. Yep, you could tell just from its placement. And then this one's on Sager as well. Okay, so there's our Bulwark. Going down to our Verd, which I did not. Oh, I did. So the Verd's an issue. So here's the thing. He's on a Swift build. He had him on a Swift build. This is not fast enough for a Swift Verd. This is not going to do much, and it's just going to get wrecked by anyone trying to go turn 1. Most turn 1 players are faster than this. So we're going to take him off Swift, and we're going to put him on Revenge. The main issue, though, that I found was that he literally did not have the runes on his account to build a triple Revenge Bird, which is what we want. So we had to go with one broken set, which is sad. Like 30% chance to Revenge is not great, but it was our only option. So this is 13 HP should be the first thing we see. There it is. So one thing I would highly recommend is in your farming future, try to find a crit rate slot 4, because there's not even one available, which is unfortunate because you're going to need it for the Verd at the very least, and probably for more stuff. So I'm kind of curious what he's choosing from the event rune wise. I don't know that I could like say, okay, definitely take a slot 4 Revenge crit rate, because it's a pretty niche pick and there's maybe better ones, but being on the lookout for one in the future is probably a good idea. And then this is an HP rune, so we're looking for flat HP. We could probably just go all. It is on Jean. Got it. Okay, so it's Revenge, Broken, which is... I looked for a Will, I looked for Nem, and it just was not available. So we get what we get. And these are all broken, or these are all counter picks. So, all right, 2 of these runes are already on Antares. So 1, 3, 4, 5 is what we're going for. Despair... Speed on Charlotte. Grab it. What do we got down here? Inventory. So it's not super fast. 23. We want 26. What's our speed? 13. So here probably? No. No? Where's this rune? Oh, it's broken. Never mind. So those are both broken. So we come over here. This one is on Samath. Grab it. And this one's already on Antares. So let's see. We need these 2 broken runes. This one is Determination, which is kind of interesting. Speed is 13. There it is. And this one is Violent, which you always hate to use Violent runes as broken, but that's how it goes. I have 2 of my best Swift runes. What are we looking at here? HP. 2 of my best Swift runes on my account are on my Violent unit as a broken set on Han, which is sad, but that's how it goes. All right, now we've got our Fire Ryu, and these are kind of extreme counter picks. Like, if you get to the spot where you have to pick these units, you're kind of wishing and praying to get the win, and you're not playing your account. You're desperately trying to counter what they're trying to do to you. Which, if they picked correctly, you're in bad shape. That's kind of how it goes. All right, 15, 15, 14, 10, 15. Yeah. Okay, and then down here we've got crit rate. That's the one. And then slot 6, we've got HP. On Shren, it says, which means it must be broken, and it is. Shren, thank you. All right, let's take a look and make sure this is right. All right, 100, 154, 26, 31. Yep, that's how I check it. I check crit rate, crit damage, resist accuracy. It's a pretty good indication that you got it runed up right. All right, and then, so these counter picks are, we got a couple that are just for healing. Because sometimes you're going to be stuck in bruisery heal battles, and one thing I noticed is that the way I runed up the comp I want to play on this is it's not great at sustain. It's more like control-y dot damage. So this is going to hopefully provide that option, because I think it could do well with sustain. We just don't have that available to us currently. So we're going to build up some options. All right, and then here's the Violent set. Violent, slot 2, HP sub. Yes, it's on Fran. Thank you. And then down here we've got HP. It's on Sager. This is Sager's turn to get stolen from. I'd like to play a Sager in this build. I think it would be a nice unit, but I don't think it's quite the priority for what we're trying to do. So we're having to steal from Sager quite a bit. Yep. All right. Engrave. Make sure this is right. 61, 139, 21, 15. Yep. All right. And then we're going to go... Actually, we're going to do Kinky, and then we're going to do Molly, and then that's it. So, what is this build? Interesting. To me, I think you want a lot of HP on him. That's my thought. So that's what we're going to do. And it's just Despair, Broken, HP, slot 1. Used to be on Chung Pung. 21, 19. Yep. Got it. 20 used to be on Juno. Shouldn't be on Juno. Yeah, there it is. 20, 13, 14. Got it. And then this is an HP rune. Look, defense substat. So, like, for instance, this one, I mean, it could be reapt. I don't know if it's the priority, but it's okay. It looks like it's got a roll. 1, 2. So it's got 3 rolls into defense. You know, you just want to put speed on this one and gem everything out if you don't want to react, but the crit rate's kind of nice. I mean, not necessarily on this unit. And we're going to power that up while we're chilling here. Get that ready to go. And then what else? We got a slot 6 on Nana. Grab it. Okay, and then our broken sets are 2 and 5. And we've got a accuracy sub on a vamp rune. There it is. That looks right. And then this one is a revenge rune on M. Bison. Yep. Got it. All right, let's double check this build. 37, 68, 54, 36. Yep. Okay, so nice and tanky. Pretty good speed. It's definitely a take a hit and hit back harder. All right, let's look at the Molly build here. It's on broken as well because we just don't quite have the runes to make what we want. This is a will rune, 21. It is on Nana. Nana, where are you at? There you are. Grab it. And this is a guard rune on inventory. So I think this is it. Yeah, just nice stats. And then this is everything that's violent. HP says it's on Tessa. Down here we've got HP on inventory. That looks right. See, like a lot of runes need a little love. That's kind of a priority. And then this is speed on Annabelle. Got it. Okay. So that is everything. So what I want to look at quickly is artifacts real quick, just to kind of see what's going on. So we'll go in order. Let's see, how do we run this? We did Carnal first. His accuracy is a little low, so we'd like to get that on an artifact, but we need lots of additional damage. This is not how you artifact Carnal at all. It's got the HP, but other than that. So I'd like probably skill 3 accuracy. It's not usually priority, and I might not take it if I don't have better options. This is a little bit better, but still bad. Okay, and then these we just need to find out about. We don't know. Let's check additional damage by HP. Additional damage by HP. So here's the problem. We don't have anything. Like, literally nothing. So artifact farming is going to be a huge priority for this account. Huge, huge, huge. Because Carnal is not really Carnal if he doesn't do damage via artifacts. And we've got a lot of options. Like, look at these. These could turn out well. I'm not going to sit here and roll 10 artifacts and just hope, right? I'm just going to kind of throw the info out there. Hopefully he'll take care of it, and then he'll move on. What you want on the left side is all additional damage by HP, basically. And then after that, more additional damage by defense, speed, even attack isn't horrible. And then on the right side, pretty much additional damage as well. You could, if you had a nice mix of additional damage and accuracy on like 2 or 3, you could take that. This accuracy to me is a little bit low. Ideally, you would have an 85 accuracy Carnal, but I couldn't make one. And then load up all in additional damage. So Nyx, I mean, he can take additional damage on his skill 1 because it hits twice, right? Accuracy on 2 is pretty nice. In general, with the account, we had to hedge on accuracy a lot. We had to cut corners that are going to hurt us. I mean, they're going to hurt us in play. We're going to find things not landing, and it's going to be sad, but that's just how it went. We had to get the runes to a certain level, so we had to steal somewhere. So again, there's, okay, skill 2 actually nice, and then this is not okay. Ideally, you would take, this looks like a pre-artifact buff artifact. Like, this is so low. This is like green. Ideally over here you'd have damage taken from something, damage dealt on something, additional damage, stuff like that. Nora doesn't even have artifacts. We'll give her some because he's not been playing her. So the accuracy here's a little bit better. I think I would like to get accuracy on 2 and then healing on 1. So we're just going to give her something. Let's see what we got here. Accuracy on 2. Not ideal. This is probably going to roll better. You just don't know. We're going to give her this just to have stats, but you'd ideally not have it be attack. You'd have it be HP, and then more accuracy than that. And then over here, we'll just take damage dealt from water. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. So I gave her something. Okay, so then, you know, ideally, a little bit of additional damage, but ideally I think on him we'd want accuracy on 2 for his strip. Healing on, what is it, 3? Yeah. So yeah, we got some major artifact problems. Major. So they're all low efficiency, they're all like bad. Like sorry laid out, like they're just bad. Like this should be all additional damage from stuff. Speed is fine, HP's fine. Let's see here. Because this is how you're gonna do damage. Like the way we're ruining up this account is to be kind of a tank and do a lot of our damage from dots and additional damage. So let's go ahead. So okay, so we're just gonna move on from the artifacts because they all need love. There's guides out there about what you want. Look at those guides, rune them up. We're gonna see some gameplay issues because the artifacts are not where they need to be, and that's just how it's gonna be. So it's something to work on. Okay, so what is the plan with this account? Why do we rune it in this way? So if you are not familiar with Firos, he plays a Nyx, Nora, Carnal kind of gameplay, and I think that's what you want. And the reason why that is I tried to rune up a Bastet just to see how fast your account is, and it was like 303, which is not bad, but then the runes drop off from there drastically. So in my mind, playing turn 1 is suicide because you're going to be slower than most turn 1s. You're going to be weaker than turn 2 in terms of efficient HP, and you're going to lose to everybody on both sides, and that's bad. What we want to do is find you a sweet spot where you can win a certain set of matchups frequently, and then you just hope for the best against your bad matchups. And your bad matchup is going to be turn 1. You're playing turn 2, and turn 1's going to hit you real hard, but you've got some things to help you with that most people don't have. The Nyx is really helpful against turn 1. The Molly is helpful against turn 1. And then you've got all the great turn 2 counter units in Kinky and Fire Ryu and Hey Gang and stuff like that. Verd. You've got options against turn 1. You're not going to be in a great spot, but you've got options. So what we did is we runed up your turn 2, hopefully faster than most turn 2s your level. So if you'll notice on my little chart here, I don't know if you can see it, I've got the speeds of everything I runed up. We runed up very intentionally to have a set order speed tuned around your Carnal, and the Carnal is 242. So the goal is to take all their stuff with strips that are faster than Carnal, use Carnal to mess up their lives with control. And the great thing about Carnal in your account is you have Nyx, and Nyx will make Carnal more impactful. The slows will be longer, the taunts will be longer, everything elongates and gives you a bigger window to kill and win. So we're basically using the Nyx, we're using the Carnal, and we're getting it done. The Fire Totem is a great option for this account because it's going to dot, and the dots are going to last longer, and it's going to have multiple strips, and it's fire. So it's in a really good spot. So that was the plan. So we built Carnal. We built the strips to go in front of it. So we've got Nyx goes in front, just barely. Nyx is not a great reliable strip. We call it a baby strip. You can't count on Nyx to do the whole job. We got Fire Totem, which we can count on as a core strip, even though it's not going to be 100% really. We've got Chung Pung is a strip control. Unfortunately, Chung Pung goes after everything else because we want Chung Pung to play after the strips and reset them. So you got to be careful. You can't count on Chung Pung to be your strip because it goes too slow. Juno moves in front to strip. Hagang moves in front to strip. Juno, Hagang, Fire Totem should be plenty. Now, Dark Monkey is going to be what makes your account really, really nice in that it's control and it's damage. It's defense break. It's got all the goodies. So we runed him up on what we could kind of find as a damage build. The accuracy is a little low, so I'd like to get more accuracy on probably his skill 3. Yeah, that's what we'd like to do. Let's see if we can grab one real quick. I'd like to get a little more out of there, but we didn't ruin much for damage. We ruined him up for damage. We'll just put that on there. And he doesn't have another thing on the other side, but oh well. We're not going to worry about artifacts anymore. So that's the plan. We're going to strip him. We're going to control him. We're going to dot him down. And we're going to hopefully win. That's the entire plan of this account. So all the counter picks are, oh man, they're doing something that doesn't work very well against. Maybe a counter pick will work better. So we got the Bulwark in there, and again, we want to use it against Riley Mashas. We got the Verd against AoE. We got the Antares against Turn Cycle. And you can see these are what they do on the other side here. Fire Striker against low damage, Abelio against for healing and anti-snipe, Kinky against low damage, and Molly for healing again there. So those are the runes on the units we use. So here's our side grade picks. Let's see if I can move out of the way. Sager, we could try Sager on somebody else's runes. We could try Charlotte on someone else's runes, Woos on someone else's runes. I don't think you need them. And then here's my advice for your account. Farm dragons. Farm Alunia and farm R5 and farm artifacts. Basically farm. Because one thing I noticed is that we don't have any ancient runes. So to me, that suggests you're not farming much. Because like there should be more here. Most of your will runes should be ancient. And these look like maybe just from the Dimensional Predator. And same on Despair. And your account will be excellent when farming Alunia. So good. Like no Despair. Alunia would be great because I've got multiple units on Despair and we want them to be upgraded. We got multiple units that need better will runes, so Alunia is your best friend. So use all your ancient energy on Alunia all the time. Use all your normal energy on dragons because you need better violent runes. And then get your artifacts figured out. You need better artifacts. So farm. And the more you farm, that's where this account's going to top out. I think you've got the ability to build a winning turn 2 team. They're not quite equipped with things to help you out at the moment. So that's where I would go from there. So that's the plan. All you want to do is take this team and bring it up a notch in terms of efficiency and in terms of speed. If this whole team gets up to 260, you're looking at C3. If this team gets to 280, you're looking at G1. But it has to be efficient. So on my builds, one thing to note is the overall efficiency is pretty similar to how you've been finishing. So Carnal was the first unit I ruined. You had every rune available on your account to build the Carnal, and his efficiency is 94, which is low. Nyx, 95. Nora, 91. Sun Zhong Lao, 98. So you need that efficiency to get up. I think my average efficiency on my account is like 107 in the G1 range. I think 100 is realistic for C3. So yeah, that's the other thing, efficiency. So what that means is you're missing out on stats. You're missing out on attack. You're missing out on defense. You're missing out on HP, and your opponents, if they have more of those than you, they've got you in a hole before you begin. So just, grind your runes, get your efficiency up, get the right, everything that's not grinded is hurting you, right? So that's where I would go from there. So that's the plan. Now, let's go test this build, and we'll see how it goes. So that is where we're going now. We're going to go play some matches and give it a spin, take it for a spin, give it a whirl. I wonder, you know what? I was going to check his most recent plays just to see what he's been playing, but my guess is some turn 2-y stuff. We got the Carnal there. All right, so Carnal's our first pick. And it's really, really good to know who your first pick is. Carnal works great with this team. And it tells your opponent, okay, we're playing Bruiser. Welcome to Bruiser. And now he knows, right? He knows we're in Bruiser. So we've got a lot of options in what to pick. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this thing so you can see what's going on. I think picking the is not a bad idea. He's going to go heavy water, though, so we're not going to do that just yet. And even showing him that is a little bit annoying. We're going to pick our 2 LDs. What that does is it lets us have more flexibility on the next pick, and it punts to force him into something that we can exploit. If he's going to lay down 2 wind units, now we know we can go heavy fire. If he lays down 2 water, we can go heavy wind. So it gives us something that's exploitable. Ooh, he picked double wind. So our current plan of fire is great. So we're going to go with that. So now what we've got is we've got 1 good strip, 1 maybe strip. We've got our control. And so then now we just need to figure out what we want to do. I think healing is not a bad idea. I'm not super worried about the snipe. So I think we're going to go Bulwark because the Riley we're definitely leaving in. And that's just going to power up that Bulwark nonstop. Other options here, we could go with the Juno to give us another strip. But we're going to need some sustain. So that's why we went that way. So we immediately dove into our counter picks. So in my mind, this pick means he's probably going to ban Nora, which is a good choice for him. It means we're relying on Nyx's strip a lot, which is a little bit scary for us. So what are we going to do here? Good bans are, these are his only 2 damage units, Molong and Monkey. They're both pretty good, but I think we're going to ban Molong. I think Monkey is a little bit easier to deal with because we're fire. But we're in a spot where we're stuck on strips a little bit. Oh, he did not ban it. Okay, that's good for us. So what we've got going in, we've got a reliable strip. We've got buff and debuff extensions. We've got damage. We've got Carnal. He just banned our counter pick, which is what you want. If you're picking correctly, they should ban your 5th pick pretty much every time. That means you countered their team to such a degree that they had to change their plans last minute and get rid of the counter. We really didn't want to play with Bulwark. You know, we would rather have played with our other team because that's our team. All right, so here's a nice thing. Look at the speeds. We're ahead of him in most things except the Wusa. Ooh, scratch that. That is incorrect. We were ahead of him in several things, but not everything. So already in terms of speeds, we're down. We're down. So here's what's really nice. We got the 2-turn provoke. We got the 3-turn dot. Now we're going to try to cool down. Couldn't see if we got it. Now we're going to steal his bar. And then this is the big hit from this monster that we like to use here. The defense break stun. And look at those 3 turns defense breaks. That is the bread and butter of this account. Nyx making things happen. We're already doing lots of damage. We're going to taunt here so we don't get the cleanse. And also it's the only unit that's not under control. He's going to do the removal. Didn't get much. That's good. That's good. Let's see. We're just going to heal up a little bit. We're going to put it onto this guy. Same thing. And so like the damage on that Nyx, when you can see is double hit. So what is this? Steal 1 beneficial effect and decrease the damage. So I think we're going to go into Molly. That's a little more reliable. Here he's got the immunity, unlikely. So we're going to try to stun. All right. So now we can only steal the bar from the Molly because everything else has immunity, which it's not a guarantee you want to do that. You could go into a defense break. You could go into the unit that counters. These are all good options. His way to win is defense break. If he gets a defense break, we're in trouble. And the Riley's also really, really nice for him. He is tanky with heals. We are control-y without heals. Our only heal is this. So it's a bit of an issue. All right. We're going to go here. We're trying to avoid the Riley, even though it's at full stacks. Doesn't really matter. Let's see if we can get a 2-turn taunt on this Riley. Nope. So that, I would say, is probably an accuracy issue. All right. So we can steal and defense break. We're going to go here. Missed it. So that's an accuracy issue. Or RNG. Oh, very nice for him. Additional turn. Additional turn. So we should be getting one here pretty quick. He's still looking for that defense break. Oh, we got it. And additional. Wow, 3 in a row. That's unfortunate. All right, we're going to go ahead and do this because we'll save our 2 for when we have it up again. Nice. And we're going to try to reset. Hopefully we don't get revenged. We do. And then we're going to try to control. We're in a pretty good spot right now. If we can just keep the Riley under control. No stuns. We're going to steal bar from... Based on the bars, we got to steal from Chungpung, unfortunately. Or, I'm sorry, Wusa. got pretty good. Pretty good. He still went. Okay, we're going to go for the taunt on Monkey. Missed it. Try again. Got it. 2-turn taunt. So good. All right, so now we can feel... I kind of want to do this for the provoke because it's a 2-turn provoke if we can get it. So let's see. This might be a little bit risky, but we're down. We got it. We got it. We got it. We're down in this match, and we got to take risks. You would ideally not have to take risks, and you could play it safe and save it for later, but we're at the point now where there might not be a later, you know? Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, so there's no reason to... So if we were on additional damage, we would do our skill 2, but we're not, so there's no point. Skill 2 would do pretty decent damage if we were on additional damage. So this should be pretty good damage here. Let's see. The strip and then the boom. That is good. All right, we're still provoked, still provoked. We're going to go into the monkey to try to live. Good damage there. We're looking okay. This might work. Got the 3-turn glance, which we love. Let's go for the stun. So this match is turning for us. It is turning in a good way. Oh, that's bad, but not horrible. We're just not quite guaranteed. So we're going to do this to steal bar and try to do damage. He's defense broken for forever. And we're going to move in front of everything that we care about. Excellence. Give him one more dot. And then we're going to see if our skill 3 will get us the win. Yeah, that was good. We might be just a little bit behind now and not winnable, but we're close. We're real close. Oh, another one. Losing 4 turns via sleep is probably going to cost us. All right, we got our strip again. This is why Nora's here. Strips all the time. So we didn't quite get as much as we would have hoped, but that's still pretty good. He's got his cleanse, I'm sure. Yep, that was the right play. See if we can get a 2-turn provoke. Nope. So I think what's evident from this match is you can see the potential, right? If you go watch Fearos, it is this, but more consistent and faster. So the issue we had against this opponent is that they were a little bit faster than us. We're in the 240 range, and 3 of his units were faster than our 240, so he outruned us there. And then this is a pretty good counter matchup for him against our team, because he's got immunity. See, this would do damage if it was on additional damage, but no. He's got immunity, he's got a cleanse and a half, kind of, and he's got bruisers. So I'm going to go ahead and call this a loss, but it was close, and we were this close. If we were on additional damage, I think we win. So here, let's see what this does just to see. So the 500s, we should be doing like 2K, right? Minimum. So that's going to go ahead and be a loss. But once this is farmed out, that's a matchup that heavily favors us, I feel. Like you could see our window there. We had him dotted up like crazy and it was looking really good. And if he picks a version of that bruiser team that doesn't have the right immunity, we just crush outright. The other thing from the runing that I really try to pay attention to is effective HP. I want all my bruisers to be around the same effective HP so that I don't have a weak link for him to target when he's fighting, you know? All right, so I think our first picks are probably this, because we want this every match, and we want this every match, and it gives him no information. This, to me, is... Okay, so it's kind of... I don't know what this is. This makes no sense in the context of everything else. So we're just going to be like, all right. So we can probably pick that, no problem. Those are his 2 strips, I guess, and these are going to be control. My guess is this is a control team, because he's got 2 strips, he's got Nana, but it's weird, because I don't feel like there's a ton of damage in the way he's figured out what he's doing here. But going back to the runing, so Karnal's effective HP is 270k, Nyx's is 204, Nora's 213, Sung Lao is 217, Juno's 200, Chung Peng is low, 139. I would love him to be higher, but I just didn't have that option available. Hey Gang is... What is it, me? Okay, it's him. Okay, so this is actually really, really nice. That Leica is not a problem at all. So we've got some great options here. I think we're going to go ahead and get rid of that Leica, I think is how we want to do that. We could pick Hey Gang here. I think Juno is really nice into a lot of what he's showing. There's just a lot of good options here. I think Chung Peng is not ideal. I think Kinky is really good. Let's go Kinky as our counter pick. I just don't see enough of an issue here. I don't see anything that can beat a Kinky, and if we get rid of the Leica, that's most of his damage. This is going to be quite a bit, and it might be too much, but I think we're going to be okay. So he's trying to strip, defense break, hit us hard. Yep. So another good counter pick on our part, because he couldn't handle it, right? That's what you want. We want to get these 4. This is our team. This is what we want. if he can't handle our 5th pick, that's great. The other thing that's really, really nice about this account is his leader skills are amazing. Look at this, 55 res, 41 AC, 44 HP, and you're going to have that available every match. You, in general, want to take HP, but, you know, with the amount I complain about our accuracy, sometimes you might want to take accuracy, right? The Molly I built tuned to the res lead of the Nyx. All right, let's look at the speeds here. So the Samath and the Nana are under 240. You could tell that. Nice stun for him. Okay, on Despair. That's probably actually good for us. That is okay. Nice. We handled that really, really well. So let's hit him back hard. We're looking for cooldowns, right? Got it at least on the Praha, which is great. We're going to taunt here because this is a lot of damage. Missed it. We're going to looking at the bars, looking at the bars. We're going to get a little bit greedy. Yeah, a little bit greedy, try to absorb. Got it. Nice. Because the only thing that's going to move in front of us is Praha, and she's cooled down, and she can't violent proc. So now we're going to do our skill 3. And again, if this was additional damage, there we go. Nice damage on the Tiana, but it has no defense, right? There he got a skill 2 off, which is his bread and butter. Okay, so we're going to try to glance the Praha, so she doesn't turn cycle. 3-turn glance. Love it. All right, so we don't have a ton of debuffs yet. I think we can go ahead and do this. It's going to hit him a little bit. Very, very nice. That is why you're on violent, my friend. And this is our killer move. That 3rd is so good, and it's so rare. And to pair it with Nyx is just brutal for the other team. Oh, very nice for him. Would have been nice to have that under control a little bit earlier. All right, we're going to try to put a 2-turn glance on Daphnis. Excuse me, a 3-turn glance. Ooh, baby. That's unfortunate. We're going to go for the taunt. Missed it. Cool it down, if we can. Got it. The Daphnis is actually going to be a bit of a problem. Just based on the damage that's coming in. We're not quite in as much control as we would like to be at this point. So we're going to see if we can dot him up a little more. She's got her skill 3 coming up soon, which we don't want to see. Ooh, nice defense break. That's pretty good damage for a Praha. Only 1 crit, though, so it might be built on more of a sustain build. We're going to just let him die to dots. It's going to hurt, though, quite a bit. Okay. Got to kill this thing one more time. If we can sneak it in, let's see what we can do here. This is going to hurt on the return. So I think in this draft, it might have made more sense for me to pick a cooldown unit to deal with stuff like that, because that's just a problem. Woo! Getting hit hard. Yep. Is there any chance on this? I don't think so. So another loss. My guess is out Runed. We're definitely out Artifact. But we did the things we wanted to do. We just need him to hit a little harder, I guess. Do I like the Leica as the ban there? I think so. I don't think we can take much Leica-ing. Dawizad. Alright, so we're going to see how this works. This is our first true turn 1 player. Okay, and we're going to see Cleave is my guess. Yeah, so is the Leo ruined? It is. So we're definitely going to pick the Leo. And I think this is where Verd comes into play because they're both wind. So we're deviating a little bit. Barbara, okay, so he's banning the Leo for sure. So we're dealing with, if we ban the Barbara, we can pick another fire unit. I think this is a great selection. The other option would be this. But I think the dots help us pretty well. What else? Do we think Kinky works here? I kind of do. I think Kinky works here. I don't think he can beat a Kinky. Maybe I'm wrong. It depends on how much additional damage he's on. Yeah. So the issue here, I think, is the Barbara, because we're on double fire. I'm not a fan of having the Bastet and the, what do you call it, Savannah. His only strip is Barbara, right? So we're going to get a window to do stuff. Yeah, because we're on Will. Ooh, interesting. Bans the Verd. So he thinks he can handle Leo and Kinky. Let's find out. Okay. How do we want to play this? I think we're going to try to push back the Savannah. Missed it. I assume he's going to skill 3. Try to kill the Leo. No. Goes for the Nyx. That was actually smart because then he can cool it down. Immunity. Yep. He's trying to cool down our strip. I'm sure he will. Good damage. Real good damage. So now we're stuck with doing nothing. We're just going to do this because he's going to try to cool us down, and we're just trying to do damage here. No harm in this. It'll be back up again by the time we have defense break. We're just trying to get some damage in. Yep. Skill 3. A little bit of damage. That is a great combination on Kinky. Oliver's going nuts. Maybe we should have fought the Barbara. Additional turn. The heal block is pretty nice. Oh, I missed. I wanted to see how much damage that was doing. Good damage there. And on a 3-turn defense break, it's pretty nice. Oh, that taunt. Oh, missing the accuracy is just killing me. Oh, it's killing me. I want that taunt. Oh, we're so close. Are we going to get it? If Nyx lives, we're going to get it. Sadness. Maybe I'll take an additional turn and die. Yeah! That's fair. That's only fair. Alright. So, guess we'll go here. The targeting is a little bit weird. I did not see what that Fran was doing. Fran should be built on additional damage. And that might be a way he can kill Kinky. I don't really think he has a great way to kill Kinky. This should be a kill here. That would be my only thought. The Bastet could be an issue with the heal block is another way. Yeah. So that is how that should have gone. Like, we should win that one. He kind of had the right idea, but I think allowing the Leo, I don't know how you can let the Leo go when he's playing that fast. So counterpick, working great. We actually did 2 counterpicks that match, the Leo. And I didn't even rune up the Leo. It was just rune from previously, so that's kind of nice. All right. And anytime you're playing a new comp, like, I have not played this comp before, so you're going to need a volume of matches to figure out how it works and fine-tune your counterpicks, fine-tune your targeting. So for Laydown, when he gets on this account, back on his account, there's going to be a growth period where he's trying to figure things out. And really, we lost a couple matches to start. Those are, in my mind, encouraging losses because the deficit, I feel like, was pretty clear. Ooh, that's really, really nice for him. Really, really nice. We're going to go ahead and do our LDs. Like, this guy can get so much better, and the more he improves on his runes and artifacts and stuff, the scarier he's going to be. Ooh, interesting. All right. So he's really, really committing to water. I feel pretty comfortable picking the wind unit there. And then, do we even have another wind option? I'm not sure that we built another wind option. I think we got to ban this. The Lulu. So what do I like? It's actually kind of tricky. I think I'm going to pick the Molly here. Just to get a little sustain. And we might not be able to ban the Lulu. Okay, that's pretty nice. Can we kill that? We technically can. This cleanse is an issue, I think. But he's got more damage than us, which is another issue. So the cleanse and the damage is an issue. I don't know that we can do what we need to do with the Lulu in the match. We're just going to have to hope that our control is enough, because he has nothing against control. All he has is damage. So we're just going to have to hope that we've got enough control and effective HP to get through what he's trying to do to us. I don't know if we do or not, but I think our draft is in pretty good shape. We'll just have to see. And these are the things where you can't get upset or worry about it, because you give it your best shot and it either works or it doesn't, Like, looking at the speed, that's a huge issue. The Praha being so fast, the CR being so fast, the Molong being so fast. He's got the speed lead, which is great for him. We took that pretty well. He's going to get his kill here, though. No, he didn't take it. That, to me, is an error. I think we do cool down. We got it on the Molong. That is great. So now we're going to Steel Bar here. Okay. And then we're actually going to skill 2 here, because we're going to get our skill 3 of the Carnal off, and we want these debuffs to be forever. Look at that. All those 3-turn debuffs. That's the Nyx in action. And then if this was additional damage, that would be a kill shot right there. Yep, you're cooled down. And now we're going to skill 3. Oh, nice proc for him. He should definitely skill 3 if he has it. Yep. Yep. All right, and then we're going to try to cool down. Should be some good damage here. And then we're going to skill 3. Very nice. And then we win. Like, that's how things should go. And that was a nice match for us with good counter picks, I think, that went well against that opponent. So that was really, really nice. That's how we want that to work. And it looks, you're like, oh, that worked, good, that was great. But really, that's all intentional. The way things are slotted in terms of speed. We want to strip. We want to apply debuffs. We want the debuffs to last forever. Units that don't apply debuffs, like Molly, are a bit of an issue because we want a debuff for forever, you know? And what's great about the Nyx is it's kind of like a baby healer because this decreases the chance of being granted with harmful effects by 30%, right? So it's like a Molly. It's like 2x Molly for harmful effects. So things like the Bastet, they're going to be frustrated because the Bastet already has low accuracy and it's just not going to last very long. So things like that are really, really nice for us. This is anti-AoE, so it's a pretty good pick for him. Not unconfident about the Kinky just yet. I feel like the Nora into the Juno is a bit of an issue. I don't know that we're going to get to play that. I'm thinking about the Bulwark. I'm thinking about the Haygang here against the Bastet. I don't know. This is a bit of a tricky one. I think I will play the Haygang because I haven't played the Haygang yet. And we've got the Strip and the Juno, and it's water, which I think is the right element for this. We might need to go with some healing. It depends on what he does. If he picks more buffs, we can get Bulwark in there. Abellio's not terrible either because we built him nice and damagey, but he's super slow. We built him to have his passive procced. Ooh, interesting. This is actually not bad for us because we've got strips. That is not great for us, unfortunately. Okay, so options. I think we're going to... I want to pick the Nora. I think the Riley is an issue for us. This guy's also an issue, but we have a decent chance of getting through that. Abellio? Abellio's going to be a little funky, but I kind of like it. Chung Pung, no. If we did Chung Pung, we'd have to have full... We're going to go Abellio because we're going to let some fire through. We're going to ban the Riley. I don't like the attack buff, and I don't like the healing. This at least gives us a chance to burn it down without any healing occurring, so that's the plan. We didn't bring Nora for obvious reasons, because the Juno preemptively counters Nora. It's kind of interesting you picked Juno, because we don't have any buffs. Hey, look at us, picking the right thing. Do we like the HP here again? Look at my accuracies. I mean, it would be nice to have a little more accuracy, wouldn't it? It would be nice. All right, we're going to pick accuracy. Just because we need to land stuff. And our highest attack monster is this thing, and that's low. So fighting this is going to be a big issue. We'll just see. We'll just see how it goes. I'm enjoying playing this account. This is a fun comp, and it has so much room to grow. There's some times where things are kind of capped. I think he's going to strip, but then Haygang's going to do work. Get it, Haygang. Attaboy. All right, let's get to work here. Yep, that's what you do. I know. That's also what you do. All right, let's see if we can get what we need here. We're on accuracy, so in theory it should work. Like, this is what we want our unit to do. How do we want to do this? I'm a little bit nervous. We're going to go into this water thing because we don't have a lot that can deal with it. And that is element neutral, so that's one of our things. Ouch, but not horrible. All right, let's get a big old glance on there. And then we're going to Steel Bar from Juno. And then try to get our skill 3 in before the sadness of Juno healing for forever. Again, this would be another instance where additional damage would be a great way to kill this thing. Look at him glancing. Love it. Oh, stop hurting him. Okay, we're going to go into him again. Very nice. We're going to try to get the kill. The other target there would be Ryu. We just got to control this Juno for forever if we can. All right, let's go with this. This is a little bit risky. That's what glance is for. Yep, there's his big heal. So I think this is the point where we kind of fall behind. And we're in trouble. Go into the Juno. Additional turn. I really don't want to mess with that Ryu. I would have liked to get a taunt there, because his skill 2 is going to be deadly when he gets it. Good additional damage. That's not what we like to see. See if we can get a glance again. Nope. We got opposite of glance. Yep. All right. So in my mind, with a little more additional damage on this Carnal, we've had a couple windows where we could have killed the Juno just from additional damage. So that's an easy fix. That's farm until you get what you need. We're going to go all in on this Juno and see if we can't sneak a kill in. Because we've got the pushback and we got to get it dead. Oh, we're so close. We're going to get it with the hay game. I don't know that it's going to matter, but we're going to get it. Here comes pain. Yeah, that's going to be real bad for us. Very nice for him. We are not going to touch that thing because that's a problem. If he gets one move, we're in trouble. Yeah, well, not with attack down. It's going to hurt. Not as much as it could have. Probably should have saved that for his buff, but we're in desperation mode and we're having to play a little less safe to try to make something happen. All right, we're going to go skill 3 here. Yeah. Okay, so that's the match. But again, that was another match that I think this team plays well against. We knew the Ryu was going to be a problem. I felt like we got stuck having to leave it in. But I think with just a little more gas behind the comp, we're in good shape. You know, just a little more rune, a little more artifact. Even the tower for damage dealt from dark, like we're losing quite a bit of our oomph from our dark units, and the way I ruined it is they're both damage dealers. Okay, that is actually really okay for us. We're going to go double LDs to punt. See where he goes. My guess is he's going Nana, Riley, Ragdoll. That's usually where it goes. But like, the Nyx is at 71 AC, or a 71 crit, and the Sun Zhang Lao's on 85 crit. Neither one's on crit damage. We would like them to be on crit damage, but they're not. Ooh, he knows what he's up to, doesn't he? So we can try to cool him down. We can Abelio. There's no need to Nora yet because we're not seeing any sort of an issue. There's not enough buffs to Bulwark, right? Yeah, so I think that's how we're going to play that. He knows what we're doing, which is interesting. It's good to see people recognize stuff. We're going to ban that. So good pick by him. And the issue we're going to have here is healing. Can he just live forever, or can we control him enough? I would like to be able to ban this, but I don't think we have a great way to kill the Ryu. Unless we think he's going to give us the Abelio, and it's going to be good. We know we're getting the Chungpung. We know we're getting this whole situation, is my guess. So let's see. Yep. Okay, good. So had we not banned the Ryu, him taking our Abelio would have been brutal for us. So what do we think again? I think accuracy again. I mean, it would be nice to have HP, but we need everything to land all match to have a shot. And we got to kill the Tetra, right? He's got the glance and the molly. He's got a great counter draft against us. He saw what we were doing from a long ways away. Which, that is Nyx. So maybe we move Nyx down the pick order just a little bit. Look at that molly. 240 plus molly. He's got the skin here, but I don't see any of the... He's got the Guardian skin. Interesting. Alright. Do we think cooling down anything matters yet? I don't think so. The only thing we need to cool down is the Molong. I'm going to steal bar here. Like, the Tetra was going too soon for us to want to do anything to the Tetra. This is fine. This is a fine time for this. Nothing wrong with that. Let's get the control started. Ooh, interesting. All right. Oh, that's bad. All right, we hung in there pretty good. Let's get to work. I would love to do skill 2, but we can't afford to. Got to get this monkey pushed back. Ooh, that hurts. All right, well, here's skill 2. Ooh, we're still alive just barely. It's not going to last. Unfortunately, Chungpung is one of our... How are we going to do this? We're going to do it like that. Chungpung is one of our low effective HP units, so he ate it pretty quick. So let's go here. Good damage. That's what we want from him. We want him to be our damage dealer. So then that's a loss, right? The Tetra crushed that. That one Tetra proc. We not have enough control. So maybe pivoting into another healer quicker might have been worth doing. And the Chungpung, I think, was the right man for the job. His effective HP cost us. We were not able to sustain through that. The other option there, which is also unlikely, is trying to use the Nora and get through the Ryu, which I don't think is going to work. Let's do this. We'll move the Nyx pick back a bit, and see how that goes. Ooh, Yanhong, very nice. All right, so we're gonna just go with no. We're gonna do that. Play our core 4 and then hope we get a good counter pick here. Gianna, interesting. So Haegang's a great counter to Gianna, so we're gonna do that. And then, do we think he's gonna get the Gianna? I kind of think he will. His kill potential is so nice with these 3 units. I mean, Yanhong, Gianna, Sierra, what more do you want? He's full turn 1. Can he get a kill? How much do I care about that Ganny? The Ganny's scary. I think he's going to ban the Haegang, personally. I'm going to ban the Sierra. It's a little scary, but we don't have a lot of great options. Yep. All right, so the Gianna is going to do work. He's going to do some work here. And if his team is tuned correctly, he'll Molong, and then he'll boost back into the Molong again. I'd say he gets a turn 1 kill here, probably. I kind of hope we play this guy again, because banning the Gianna isn't a horrible choice. He's going to move before everything. The Gianna's going to move for everything. The Yanhong is just an interesting... That was a weird way to play that, because I feel like you... Well, no, he can just refresh with the Ganny, right? Not bad, not bad. Ooh, hang in there. You're in some trouble, my friend. He's trying to strip so he can get a bomb. Got 1 resist. Oh, we're going to get reset, though. Sadness. Weird. He was just taking bar? What a weirdo. That lets me stun. I think you reset the Carnal. There's no reason not to reset the Carnal. Nice. Here comes the bomb. We're in actually okay shape. We should not be in this good a shape. He's going to kill this guy with his skill 1, right? Yeah. All right, so now we're just trying to get to work. Nice 2-turn provoke. We love to see that. And then we're going to do skill 3. Try to get more stuns, slows, all the things. All right, and we're just going to try to nuke him down with this. Hey, we did it. So that's a good win. That's a good win for us against really good units, and I think well-runed units. I think he might have made some misplays there, but that's what we want to do. That's a good turn 2 victory for us. Very, very nice to see. Love to see it. And again, it can only get better. It can only get better. Well, we don't need that. Our proxy. Okay. And then what I wanted to look at was the Nora. So the thing with the Nora... Oh, nice. We love it. We love it. We love it. All right, so we're going to do that. And we're just going to keep Haegang in our back pocket because we love Haegang into this. And really Kinky as well. So the thing with the Nora is I had to build her on Swift. Oh, I see. You're that. Got it. We got some good options here. Molly isn't bad. Leo isn't bad. I don't think Abelio's bad. I think the Sun Zhang Lao is not a great choice here. Kinky isn't horrible. We'd have to ban this thing, though. I don't know how we feel about that. I think we're okay doing that, actually. Let's go with Kinky, because we'll ban the Cocky, and then he has to come up with a Kinky answer right now, and I don't know that he has one. Because the Haegang and the Kinky are the same thing. They mess up everything he's trying to do here. So it's two different mess ups. You know everything's on damage, though. Like, it's all on damage. The Chi was on damage, the Chunk Bung's on damage. He needs an attack buff. Does this attack buff? I think it might. No, just strip defense breaks. I think an attack buff is what he needs. That's fine. So I assume he's banning the Kinky here. So it's really just a matter of does our Haegang have enough oomph to cut, right? So let's find out. I think the Cocky is his main damage dealer anyway, so that's fine for us. Yep, and that's how that worked out. Definitely take an HP because we're going to take a big old hit here. But what I was saying about the Nora is it's on Swift Will because that's the only runes we had to make this work. But eventually you'll get it on Despair, and it'll be so good. Like a Despair Nora, she has 2 AoEs. She's stripping, she's dotting, she's disrupting. Like it's so good. So that's where the Nora is going. I think a Despair Nora is going to be a huge improvement to this comp. All right, hey gang. Nope, not enough oomph. But we're still in pretty good shape. He picked double wind into double fire. We're in pretty good shape. That is okay-ish. Here comes some pain. Yeah, that was a lot of pain. And then we're going to do skill 3. But see, imagine it on despair. Like, bam, it would hit so hard. That's not horrible. We would like to deal with this Chung Pung before he does a skill 2, because that's going to be pretty disruptive. Okay. We're going to... I mean, we were always relying on these 2 fire units to kind of get control of everything, so we're hoping they can still do it. That's kind of expected. I think we're going to steal like this and hope that Chiwu doesn't do anything crazy. Because we're looking for that skill 3 to do some damage. I mean, just the dots and the control alone should be fine to finish this matchup. Unless this Chiwu stuns, I don't think we're in trouble. I guess the sleep is another option. This should be really effective. Maybe his skill 2 will do enough for him. Give yourself a dot, my friend. I thought he would do skill 2. Maybe it was on cooldown. There's a skill 2. Have another dot. Missed the taunt, but we're looking pretty good on the dots. This should be good damage here. Yeah, that's called a win. So I think we're going to call it after this match. I feel like we've played it enough that you have an idea of what the team looks like, how it functions, what its matchups are, what areas of improvement there are to make. But, I mean, we started C2, we finished C2. Nothing super impressive with 8 matches. So let's see. What is this? We want my battles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we finished plus 2 points in 8 matches. My guess is we went 4 and 4. But I think this is a nice, consistent team that works against a lot of stuff. It exploits the LDs that you have, which I think is what gives you an edge. It gives you an edge on the pick ban. It gives you an edge on flexibility. They just need a little more TLC. So that's the plan. So that is how we ruined up for Laydown. You know, I hope you enjoy it. I think it's a really fun comp. It's got a lot going on. It has these interesting swings of tempo. Like, you can be down 2 monsters and still be totally fine, which is kind of fun. So yeah, so focus on those areas, and you're going to, I think, see the win rate increase quite a bit. So yeah, enjoy it. It's a really fun account. It's a really fun comp, and I think you'll be happy with it. So again, if you guys enjoyed stuff like this, let me know. If you're interested in having me do a similar thing on your account, you know what to do. And I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.